Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not only one of, if not the greatest DBZ game, but also one of the best of its genre. But what exactly makes this entry so special? You see, when this game was initially revealed, I was pumped, just as any other longtime fan of the series would be. But still, I kept my expectations as low as possible. And it's not because recent games like Kakarot weren't any good. In fact, I've had a ton of fun with that title. But the fact remains that it failed to encapsulate, at least for me, that old school Legacy of Goku feel. So in that sense, understandably, I struggled to believe we could get a proper continuation to the Tenkaichi trilogy that I'd longed for since I was a mere middle school child. Thankfully, I could not have been more wrong. Now, I won't waste your guys' time with introductions like I incorporate into my previous videos, mostly because I want to get right into this. I'm super excited, and also I want to release multiple videos on this topic in a relatively timely manner. But just know, Sparking Zero release day was one of the top 3 best days of my entire life. And is that sad? I don't think so. Right off the bat, the mode select screen filled Sparking Zero with so much life. This may literally be the coolest and best designed mode select screen that I've ever seen. Seriously. The way you navigate it and actually change physical locations per each option, I mean, they really did not need to go this hard for the freaking mode select screen. And at that point, seeing this, I already knew I was in for a treat. But once I got a glimpse of the route they decided to take for story mode, I was in love, dude. If you guys have seen some of my previous work, then you know I'm a sucker for games that implement multiple stories per each character. That includes DBZ games like Budokai 3, Super Sonic Warriors, and even the Sonic Adventure series, to name a few. And needless to say, Sparking Zero did not disappoint. You can choose between a unique variety of characters, spanning from iconic Z-Warriors like Vegeta, all the way to newcomers, like a whole ass story for Jiren. I can tell you with complete honesty, I did not see that one coming. But of course, as with most Dragon Ball games, one of the most fleshed out sagas, and the one you are unsurprisingly forced to start with, is none other than Son Goku himself. But even so, this storyline isn't your typical Raditz through Kid Buu. On the contrary, Sparking Zero not only goes through the Tournament of Power, introducing a host of new characters, transformations, and battlegrounds to the Tenkaichi series. No, this game goes above and beyond with what-if scenarios. So far, in fact, that certain decisions you make throughout the game can drastically impact your overall playthrough. Now, not every choice will impact you to such an extreme extent, some simply allowing you to choose a sparring partner, or have neat little changes throughout the story, such as Berter surviving as Captain Ginyu's right-hand man, in place of Jace. Now, as we all knew from the plethora of promotions, this roster was going to be absolutely insane. But initially, I don't think any of us expected the sheer level of detail provided to every single character. And as far as main characters go, similar to the OG Tenkaichi trilogy, there are so many damn variants for characters like a Z and Super version of Android 17, Frieza, and of course, so many, almost too many, variations of Vegeta, and especially our boy Son Goku. You've got early Goku, mid Goku, end Goku, Super Goku, Kid Goku, GT Goku, Daima Goku, and not only that, each transformation for each variation has different attack patterns and different supers and ultimates. It's absolutely insane. I freaking love it, dude. It's so cool. These transformation sequences are seamless and downright beautiful, almost as much so as the brief little sequences we get for supers and ultimates that, oh my god, the art style is just absolutely peak. There's no other word I could use to describe it. In short, the animation here and variety of attacks is simply mind-blowing, and they each feel super unique to the characters they represent. Although I do have to admit, Goku has a bit too many variations of the Kamehameha for his supers and especially ultimates. But bro has so many forms that honestly, I'll give this a pass. The destruction of environment is also top tier in this game, even as far as the smoke clouds appearing when an energy attack lands, just like the anime. And I love the amount of detail they put into the battle damage. Characters will start off fully clothed, and then have ripped clothing, and even can be completely shirtless if taking enough damage. And who doesn't love a shirtless Goku? Not even pause, dude. So badass. It's really the simple things like that that get me going, man. One thing I will say I was kind of let down by was the cutscenes. And by that, I mean the fully animated ones are just so few and far between. I mean, there's portions of the story that are just of major importance and don't receive the love I feel they deserve. Instead being reduced to slideshow-like cutscenes, which, in all fairness, are still pretty damn cool for what they're worth. And I do understand, given there are so many scenarios, it would have been very difficult to dedicate fully fledged cutscenes for every major occurrence. This is a massive game, after all. Other than that though, I love the difficulty here. One major issue I had with Kakarot was it was just too easy all around. Even in the DLC, when they tried to up the difficulty a bit with Beerus and Golden Frieza, it just felt a little too simple for me in that department. However, right off the bat, you'll notice a stark difference in difficulty here compared to just about any other Dragon Ball arena fighter that we've come accustomed to over all these decades. And I know some may not care about this, but for me, phenomenal, dude. Great work. Aside from that, there are tons of other modes and stories I have yet to delve into. That's because I plan on making several other videos on this game, assuming this video does relatively well. One thing I will say is I love they add the ability to purchase characters in the shop via in-game currency, just like the old school games. So nostalgic. You will of course earn not only Zenny, but some characters, stat upgrades, and equipment following completion of levels in story mode. But still, having this option, hell, even having a shop like that in general in this day and age is just so nostalgic, and I absolutely am so here for it. But to wrap up, hopefully, part 1 of my Sparking Zero coverage, let's briefly discuss our overall opinion on the game, at least at this time of recording. So to reiterate, I recorded this video on day 1 of early access, and that being the case, I've only beaten about 2 or maybe 3 of the storylines, and I've barely touched the other modes that are available in the game. Even still, so far, I think Sparking Zero is a strong contender for not only best DBZ game, but one of the best anime games in general. Let me know if you guys agree or if I'm just hardcore fanboy, by the way. Be honest in the comments. I mean, the luxurious animation, combat that feels so damn smooth, which I'd absolutely love to touch on more so in upcoming videos. Not to mention the variety of modes and attention to detail. It's just mind-blowing and almost overwhelming. Literally out of this world like the Supreme Kai Realm. But guys, let me know if you want to see a part 2, part 3, part 4, more stories, world tournament mode, online play. Let me know what you guys want to see. And also let me know in the comments if you agree on my take so far of Sparking Zero. But as always, thank you guys so much for the support. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. We just hit 2,000 subs. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Also, drop a comment again, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Consider that a little farewell present.